What's up, guys? And welcome to our video for today. It is going to be the much requested catfish video. But before we get into that, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, please, it helps out so much. And hit the notification bell so you know when we post our vids, and follow us on Instagram.
We're so sorry, guys, that every single video we've done so far is just us sitting. And that is because we got Kathy, my catheter here. I basically can't really do anything except for sit. So hopefully I get her out this week, and soon we'll start being able to do videos where we're like moving around more. For right now, sit down videos is all you guys can get because that's literally all I can do.
We want to show you guys more into our lives, but Kathy is just that weird third wheel that won't ever leave.
She's like that friend that stays over too long and you're like, can you just leave? But she's not getting the hint. So anyway, let's get to the video.
Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. And stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Nice keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Better tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
So, I'm in college. This is like a year before I met Olivia. I was dating around, like I said, and been on some dates here and there. Things weren't really working out. And then all of a sudden, Tinder was this huge thing. Everybody's like, yo, you gotta get Tinder. It's super cool. You judge everybody based on how they look, and you swipe, and then they do the same. So I was like, oh yeah, what could go wrong? That sounds like a great idea. Got Tinder, went on some really cool dates, some fun ones, went on some really not so great dates. And the culmination of my Tinder experience was me getting catfished.
Of course, this would happen to you. I don't know why.
Of all people, me. Because have you ever seen the MTV show Catfish?
Like, everyone on there, you're like, of course
this
you would
happens
get
to
catfished.
you. Like, no other person, this wouldn't happen to normal people. But it happened to me. I get Tinder, I'm pumped. I'm like, this is gonna be a sweet experience. So I start swiping, and I come across this girl. And she piqued my interest.
Sexy can
She was very good looking. She was super cute. She had like a really fun, witty bio. And she had pictures of her playing sports. I love sports. Obviously.
And you like girls who play sports.
Yes.
You like athletic girls.
I very much like athletic women. I was definitely into her. I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely swiping. And we matched. From there, we started talking a lot, and the conversation was really fun. I was like, I'm gonna take her on a date. So I asked her if she wants to go get ice cream. She's like, yeah, I would love to go get some ice cream. So I was like, sweet, I'll pick you up this time. The date day comes. I'm excited, this girl's really cute, she's really fun. So I go to her apartment complex. The apartment complex is super confusing. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, I would love to come to the door to get you, but I have no idea how to find your apartment. I'm just parked right here. And she was like, oh, no big deal. Like, don't worry about it. I'll just come down. Thanks for offering.
No, don't come up. I'll come down.
Yeah, sketchy number one. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Red flag number one. I'm waiting in my car. Like 10 minutes goes by and I'm like, yo, it's a freckle past the hair here. What's going on? Finally, I see some people walking up, or I see somebody walking up, and they're kind of far away. And I was like, oh, this has got to be her. Turns out it's not her. Another maybe like 5 minutes goes by. Somebody's walking up, not her again. Are you kidding me? Like, where is this girl? So I'm like about to text her and be like, hey, is everything okay? Or
you good?
As I'm getting ready to text her, I hear a knock on the window. And I look to the window.
To the wall.
And there's this girl standing there. It was not the same person at all. So the girl I've been talking to had blonde hair. She was a small, athletic girl. And the girl at the window was the exact opposite of that. She was a darker haired girl and probably like 3 times my size. Not like trying to be rude, but that's just what it was. She was not the same person at all. I have no idea whose pictures she was using when we were talking, but it was definitely not her own pictures.
Why? That's what I don't understand.
Well, that's what was going through my head. Actually, I was like, I was just so confused. Very, very confused. So I like rolled down my window, because like I said, I wasn't sure if it was her. And I was like, hello, hi. She was like, hey, how's it going? Like, and I was like, oh, this has gotta be her. So I said her name, I don't remember what it was. And she was like, yeah, that's me. And I was like, oh, okay.
You go,
My mind was all over the place, but I remember opening the door, getting out of the car, like giving her a hug, and it's like, all right, well, let's go on the date.
Run.
So we're on our way to go to get ice cream, and we're like trying to make small talk, but it's like awkward because there's that like obvious, are you this person? It's like an elephant in the room, but nobody's talking about it. So the small talk is very uncomfortable. And we finally get to the ice cream place, and we order milkshakes, and I'm just enjoying my milkshake, kind of trying to make small talk, and I happen to look over and notice that she's taken like one bite. And we'd been there for like 15 minutes already, and like mine's almost gone. And I asked her, I'm like, oh, like, you get a gross flavor? Like, is that one not very good? And she's like, no, I'm just lactose intolerant.
Bruh.
Guys, I mean, just tell me if you're lactose intolerant.
that's so awkward.
We could have done anything else. So at this point, I'm like, she's not talking, she's lactose intolerant, and I just bought her a milkshake, and she's not who she says she is.
The perfect combination for the perfect date. Honestly. I don't know why that was awkward at all.
I'm like, okay, well, I've done my part. Like, I'm trying to be really nice and just show her a good time, but the time has come to take her home. So we're heading back to the apartment. I get out of the car, give her a hug, like say, hey, thanks, I had a great time, you know, and maybe I'll see you around, get back in my car to leave, and I head home. Still just so confused. For anybody who knows what a PDT is, I sent one of those. It's a post-date text. I sent her a text and was like, hi, thanks again for the date. Like, I had a good time.
Guys, this is how nice Robbie is. Not only does he still like get out of the car and hug her, he still takes her on the date. He even drops her off, gives her a hug, whatever, and then he sends her a post-date text. Who else would do that? Like, you're so nice.
So I get back to my apartment, and I'm at home hanging out with my roommates, telling them everything that's going on, and probably like 45 minutes later to an hour later, I get a text back, and it says, okay, look,
I get it.
if you just want to be like all the other guys and don't even want to hang out with me,
Whatever.
What?
So here she goes again, confusing me even more.
Where does that even come from? I'm so confused. Because you were nothing but a gentleman. She's like,
What? You just like everybody else?
I showed my roommates and I was like, what does this mean? So Tinder deleted. I'm never gonna go through this again. Because it was traumatic. Not because the date was horrible, but because that was a traumatic experience. That is why I deleted Tinder, okay? The thing that really turned me off about the whole situation was that she lied to me straight from the beginning, and she was not who she said she was. So that's how it ended, basically. I never heard from her again, never texted her again. That's pretty much it. That's really the story of how I got catfished. Probably one of the weirdest experiences that I think I've had to go through.
yes, that seems really weird. I don't know what I would have done. You were probably the best person that it could have happened to just because you're so nice. You didn't have the heart to say anything. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you all. Peace.
Peace.